Hello, Class 8. We shall study Chapter 12, the Cholas and Hoysalas of Dwarasamudra. In this lesson, we are going to learn the expansion of Chola Empire and the contributions to different fields, as well as the development of Hoysalas, contributions to religious, literature, art, and architectural field. First, let us study about Cholas. The Cholas ruled from 850 CE to 1279 CE. After the Pallavas, Cholas secured a firm hold on many areas in Tamil Nadu, Andhra and Karnataka and ruled from 9th century to 13th century. So after Pallavas, Cholas, what happened? Chola secured a firm hold on many areas in Tamil Nadu, Andhra and Karnataka and they ruled 9th century to 13th century. Cholas got the credit of spreading Indian culture in foreign lands. So Cholas, they got the credit of spreading Indian culture in foreign lands and they constructed grand temples there. So constructed grand temples. Among the temples, Brihadeshwara temple is their main contribution. So which is a temple of greater contribution, that is Brihadeshwara temple. They became famous by encouraging Tamil literature. So Cholas became famous by encouraging which literature? Tamil literature. The Cholas were under the Pallavas for some times and later they became independent. So according to Sangam literature, Karikala Chola is the founder of this dynasty. So who was the founder of Chola dynasty? Karikala Chola. Vijayalaya Chola reviewed the kingdom and made Tanjavur as his capital. So which was the capital of Cholas? Tanjavur was the capital. An important king among Cholas was Raja first. So who was the founder of Chola dynasty? So Karikala Chola was the founder of Chola dynasty and among the important king among Cholas were Raja first. And he was Raja first was a brave, great warrior and an able administrator. And as the founder of Chola Empire, he strengthened. So as a founder of Chola Empire, he strengthened its foundation and expanded his kingdom. What he did? Because he was brave, great warrior and able administrator, he strengthened his empire and the foundations as well as expanded his kingdom. And he overpowered the Cholas, Gangas and Pandyas. So he had a overpower over whom? The Cholas, Gangas and Pandyas, and he building a naval force, he captured Sri Lanka. So he built a naval force and captured Sri Lanka, and their influence in political, economic and cultural activities of those countries can be seen. The Brihadeshwara temple built by Raja Chola one in Tanjavur is very famous one. So which temple is a famous temple in Tanjavur, which was the capital of the Cholas? So Brihadeshwara temple built by whom? Built by Raja Chola. Chola Empire weakened during the period of Rajendra Chola III and Pandyas could overpower them easily. When did it become weak? Chola Empire became weak during the period of Rajendra Chola III. Now let us study the contributions of Cholas. Cholas had set up an able and efficient administrative system. The kingdom have been divided into Mandalam, Kotwagni, Nadu, Kuram or community of villages and Tara Kuram. There was a committee of subjects called you are in a village in every village. So what were the contributions? So they had to set up an able and efficient administrative system. And how the kingdom was divided? Kingdom was divided into Mandalam, Kotwagni, then Nadu, Kuram or community of villages and Tara Kuram. So there was a committee of subjects called you are in a village, in every village. The famous quality of Chola administration was the development of self-governance of the village. So, what was the quality of Chola administration? Here, the development of self-governance of the village, developing the village. The Grama Sabhas were the first Sabhas. Tarakuram was a village. So, what was a village here? Tarakuram was a village, and every Kuram has a village committee named Mahasabha. So every Kuram or the community had a village community named Mahasabha. This was also called as Perum Guri. So this was also known as what? Perum Guri, and its members Perumakkal, and its members were called as Perumakkal. So it is in, because Cholas gave more importance for which literature, children? In Tamil literature. So it is called as a Perum Guri, and members were called as Perumakkal. The members were chosen through the election. How the members were chosen? Through election. Only Sanskrit scholars and rich people were allowed to stand for the election. Who were allowed to stand for the election? Sanskrit scholars as well as the rich people. 1/6 part of the land revenue used to be collected as a tax. So, what was the land revenue? 1/6 part of the land revenue used to collect as a tax. Special attention has been given or had been given to the irrigation system. Irrigation system was given a special attention. The Cholas constructed many lakes, and Belandur Lake near Bangalore is one of these. So they constructed many lakes, and Belandur Lake near Bangalore was one of the lakes. They built a huge pond at Gangaikonda, Cholapuram, where they built a huge pond, that is in Gangaikonda, Cholapuram. The Cholas were Shaivits, and Shaivits means it is a Sanskrit word. Shaiva or Shiva. Saiva or Shaiva means relating to God Shiva, and built many Shiva temples. So the Cholas built Shaivitis, and they built many Shiva temples. The Brihadeshwara temple in Tanjavur is 500 feet tall, and it is in courtyard feet wide. So courtyard 250 feet wide. You can see the Brihadeshwara temple, which is constructed in Tanjavur in your textbook, and its Shrikara is 200 feet tall. So Shrikara is 200 feet tall, and Choleshwara temple was built by Rajendran. So Choleshwara temple was built by whom? By Rajendran. The Aparameya temple near Channapatna, the Hoysaleshwara temple in Begur near Bengaluru, and Mukuteshwara temple near Binnamangala are the temples built by Cholas in Karnataka. So name the temples built by Cholas in Karnataka. That is Aparameya temple near Channapatna, Choleshwara temple in Begur, that is near Bengaluru, and Mukuteshwara temple near Binnamangala are the temples built by Cholas in Karnataka. The temples used to function as economic and cultural centers. So the temples used to function as what? Economic and cultural centers. The idols of Shiva, Ganapati, Vishnu, Durga, and Kartikeya of this time are famous. During that period, Chola period, which are the temples where idols were famous? The idols of Shiva, Ganapati, Vishnu, Durga, and Kartikeya are famous. The Cholas established many agraharas to encourage forward, to encourage education. Why they built or established agraharas? To encourage education, and Uttaramerur agrahara is famous among these. Among all the agraharas, which was the famous agrahara? Uttaramerur agrahara is famous for education center. The temples were centers for education, and later the temples played an important role for what? For education. There were also centers of religious activities. Also centers for what? Religious activities. This was a period in which Tamil literature found an all-round development. And Ramayana written by Kamba, Periya Purana composed by Sekilar, and Tirukka Devas. Tirukka Devas, Jivika Chintamani. So, which are the famous noteworthy works written during that period? That is Ramayana written by Kamba, Periya Purana composed by Sekilar, and Tirukka Devas, Jivika's Chintamani. So, these are the noteworthy works written during that period. Next, we shall study the Hoysalas of Dwarasamudra, ruled from 984 CE to 1346 CE. So, when did they rule? From which period? 984 CE to 1346 CE. After the Chalukyas became weak in Karnataka, it was Hoysalas who became strong. So, once the Chalukyas were declined in Karnataka, who became more powerful here or strong? The Hoysalas. The founder of this dynasty, Sala, was the founder of Hoysala dynasty. Sala was the founder of Hoysala dynasty. A Jain monk, Suddata, fought with a tiger and killed it near Sosiyuru village in Mudigiri Taluk of Chikkamangaluru district, and it inspired the people to exclaim Hoysala, and he established the empire. And these kings made significant contributions to literature, education, art, architecture, and irrigation. Vishnuvardhana was an important Hoysala king who came after Nrupakama. So, who came after who was an important king, Hoysala king Vishnuvardhana, who came after Nrupakamba Eriyanga and Ballala. As a great king of this dynasty. Who was a great king? Vishnuvardhana was a great king of Hoysala dynasty. He won Gangavadi from Cholas and earned the title Talakadu Gonda. What title he earned? He earned the title Talakadu Gonda. In order to commemorate his victory, he built the temple Kirti Narayan in Talakadu and Channakeshwara temple at Belur. And he tried to expand his kingdom but was defeated by the Chalukyan king Vikramaditya VI. So, Vishnuvardhana was an important Hoysala king who came after Rupakama, Eriyanga and Ballala. As a great king, Vishnuvardhana won Gangaikonda from Cholas and earned the title Talakadu Gonda. So, to commemorate the victory, Talakadu Gonda, what he did? He built a temple, that is Kirti Narayana temple, Narayan temple in Talakadu and Channakeshwara temple at Belur, and he tried to expand his kingdom, but he was defeated by Chalukyan king Vikramaditya VI. Ramanujacharya could not spread the message of Vishishtadvaita sect in the Chola kingdom and came to Bittideva's court under his patronage, spread his faith in whole Karnataka. This kingdom declined during the reign of Ballala III, and during the same period the Vijayanagara empire came into power. Now let us study the contribution of Hoysalas. The Hoysalas had brought into practice provisional system of administration. So they had practiced what type of administration? Provisional system of administration. The power to rule was given to the prince. Who got the power to rule the kingdom? Power was given to the prince, later queen and the royal family. So prince, queen and the royal family had the power to rule. The officials looked after the administration of the Nadu and Vishayas. So, who looked after the administration? The officials looked after the administration of Nadu and Vishayas. In the villages, there used to be representatives. In the villages, there were representatives of the government like Gauda, Shanuboga, Talavara and others. Who were the representatives of the government to look after the administrative system? They were called as Gauda, Shanuboga, Talavara and others. In order to encourage agriculture, Hoysala built innumerable lakes like Shanti Sagara, Ballaraya Samudra, Vishnu Samudra, etc. So, why they built innumerable lakes? In order to give more encourage in agriculture, Hoysala built lakes like Shanti Sagara, Ballala Raya Samudra, Vishnu Samudra, etc. And land revenue was the main source of income for the kingdom. So, which was the main source of income for the kingdom? Land revenue. A king used to have a special army of guards called as Garuda. King was having special army of guards called as what? Garuda. When the king died, these guards would also sacrifice their life. That was a system during that period. Agraharas, mutts and temples were the centers for education. So, which became the centers for education here? Agraharas, mutts and temples became the main center for education. And there were excellent educational institutions at Melukote, Salegama, then Arikesari and other places. Also, the Vedas, Veda Shastras, Kannada and Sanskrit were carried on. Used and carried on. So, which are the studies carried on here? Here the studies like Vedas, Veda Shastras. Then Kannada and Sanskrit were used and it was carried on. Kannada literature flourished immensely here. So, Kannada literature was also given more importance here. Rudra Bhatta wrote Jagannatha Vijaya. The great poet Janna wrote Yashodhara Charite. So, Rudrabhatta wrote Jagannatha Vijaya. The great poet Janna wrote Yashodhara Charite. Harihara composed Champu poem. Girija Kalyana, Raghavanka authored Harishchandra Kavya, and Kesari Raja wrote Shabdamani Darpana. Who wrote Shabdamani Darpana? Kesari Raja. Even in Sanskrit, memorable works composed by Sri Bhashya by Ramanuja Charya and Parashara Bhatta composed by Sri Guna Ratna Kosha. So, which are the Kannada literature, Kannada works here can be seen? That is Rudrabhatta wrote Jagannatha Vijaya. The great poet Janna wrote Yashodhara Charite. Harihara composed Champu poem. Girija Kalyana. Raghavanka authorized Harishchandra Kavya and Kesari Raja wrote Shabdamani Darpana. And even apart from Kannada, in Sanskrit, memorable works also composed such as Sri Bhashya by Ramanujacharya and Parashara Bhatta composed Sri Guna Ratna Kosha. And during the period of Hoysalas, different religions like Jainism, Buddhism, Shaivism, Vaishnavism and Veerashaivism and Sri Vaishnavism were also encouraged. So, during the period of Hoysalas, different religions were also encouraged like Jainism, Buddhism, Shaivism, Veera Vaishnavism, etc. The architecture of the Hoysalas is world famous. So, the Hoysalas architecture is world famous, and Hoysalas got their innumerable temples built in soapstone. So, how they built their temples? In a soapstone. There are 5 features that can be seen in all their temples. They have the star-shaped scantum upapita, decorative panels, shikara and pillars. So, what are the 5 features can be seen in Hoysala architectures? They are built, they are having star-shaped scantum, upapita, decorative panels and shikara and pillars. There are beautiful idols of Madanikas, that is known as Shilabalikas. You can see the picture here in the textbook on the brackets of the pillar of Channakeshwara temple at Belur. The military general Ketamalla built Hoysaleshwara temple at Halebeedu. So, who built Ketamalla Hoysaleshwara temple? Ketamalla built Hoysaleshwara. He is a military general. Ketamalla built Hoysaleshwara temple in Halebeedu. The Keshava temple constructed by Somadandanayaka at Somanathapura is famous. There are many temples and basadis. Many temples and basadis in Arisikere, Govindanahalli, Dodda Gaddavalli and Bhadravati. So many temples where you can find Arisikere, Govindanahalli, Dodda Gaddavalli and Bhadravati. All these are noted for their extremely delicate carvings. So they are having extremely delicate carvings, and the Hoysala architecture has influenced all other architectural styles of the later years. Dasoja, Chavana and Jakkana and Dakkana were some of the famous sculptors of this time. So, who were the famous sculptors of this Hoysala period? That is Dasoja, Chavana, Jakkana and Dankana were the famous sculptors of this time. So this is all about the Hoysalas of Dwarasamudra, as well as the Chola dynasty. Hope you have understood, children. Thank you.